Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to go through what a target segment is and how to use it in the spa, especially if you have an esthetician or a massage therapist that has a relatively light book. So the first thing you're going to do is go into the marketing tab in Zenoti, and then you're going to go down towards segmentation. Segmentation has its own category. It's called target segments. So when you click on that, you're going to get right into the main screen. And what you're going to notice at the very tippy top is going to be the plus corp, and then it'll say something like Facebook grand opening leads non-member. What these are legacy target segments that have been created by Hand and Stone. So let's say, for example, you're looking for a guest that has never tried a facial. Okay, so we do have a target segment from that for this. That was built by Hand and Stone. So first thing is you'll click on that just to take a look at what the rules are. And now you're going to go through and take a look and see what's included in that target segment. So for example, we are seeing that this particular segment is targeting guests who have tried the following services, which is tagged facials, guests whose last visit was more than 3 weeks ago, and guests whose next visit is no more than 1 week later. So the first thing I want to do is click the guest count. And this may take a while depending on the target segment. So if you click on something like all guests, well, you might have about a 3 to 5 minute wait for this thing to calculate how many people are on that target segment. But if it's a very specific target segment, which we'll go over in just 1 second, if it's specific to just a massage therapist or an esthetician, well, then this is going to move pretty rapidly. Now, once it's done, it's going to give you a bunch of data on how many people are part of that segment, that target segment. So, for example, this is showing us 272 guests match this set. 201 of them are eligible for marketing email, and then 137 guests are eligible for marketing SMS, which is text messaging. So then the next step is to go back into this. So you'll go back into the main page. So guests who have tried a facial. We'll go down. And then the final step is then you're going to export. So you're going to click on this tab, and then it's going to generate an Excel spreadsheet. And what's nice about this is once you click the export, and it may take about 30 seconds, maybe about a minute, depending on how many names that you're trying to generate. But what's nice about this is once it's done, you can then conditionally format this whole spreadsheet of people. So just to show you conditional formatting, you're basically going to take your whole table, so all 200 guests, highlight it, click format as a table, hit OK, and then you can start to basically start to sort these by maybe creation dates, so when the profile was created. So if you want to go for people that are been in the spa earlier than, say, or within 2021 or earlier than 2020, you could do that. Again, you could want to if you want to search people specifically by address, by date of birth, however you want to do it. But this is, again, a call list of people that have tried a facial in the spa. So go through the target segments from corporate. This is a great way to find possibly your target segment versus having to create a new one. If you have to create a new one for a specific, and usually it's for a specific massage therapist or esthetician, the first thing you're going to do is click add. Now, once you click add, it's going to give you suggested ideas on how to create your target segment. The easier way, or the more customized way, is, of course, to create a custom segment. So click that and then hit create. Now, once in that screen, you're going to name your target segment. Now, be very careful how you name your target segments. This is the naming convention I use, especially if you're in Marco region. I'll title it Marco region because it's easier to search by. And in this case, I'm going to call this TR, and let's say it's just Janet's clients. Okay. The next step is then to create. And from there, you're going to start to go in and create your rules. And just like we showed you with the corporate target segments, there's rules that are going to hone in on the people that you are going to attract. Now, you may want to play with this because if you create too many target segments, you limit the number of potential people. And in some cases, you may create a target segment that is actually 0. And that's not a good idea. So for this example, I'm going to use visits. If I click the visit tab, it's going to open up more selections. So do we want to isolate the clients we're looking for based on an appointment count? So how many times they've come into the spa. So maybe you want to go for somebody that's come into the spa over 20 times in their lifetime or 15 times. Do visits that they've canceled their visits and they never came in, no shows. Or in this case, let's go to last visit by therapist. So then it will bring you into another selection or box of options. So a last visit by therapist anytime, or let's say it's a frequent flyer. So more than 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, maybe let's say 12 months ago. And then from there, we're able to type in the actual esthetician or massage therapist. And typically you could just type in J, and that's going to give you all listing of J names. If it's specific enough, it should pop up. If you are very specific and it doesn't pop up, well, that means that we're probably not close to how it's referenced in Zenoti. So for example, if Janet's not popping right up, I would probably just type in Jan, Jan, and it'll give you every variation of JAN. So in this case, we do see that Janet pops right up. So first thing we can do is either add the rule, and then the second thing we want to do is count the guests to see how many guests have visited Janet in the last 12 months. And so it'll say loading. We'll have to wait for that. And again, that could take time depending on how much of a time frame we're looking at. It 12 months is again a year. So we're going through, essentially Zenoti's going through and compiling all people that came to Janet in more than, or who has had a latest service, was more than 12 months ago with Janet. So in this target segment, we have 175 guests. Out of those guests, 65 are eligible for marketing, and then 20 guests are eligible for marketing SMS. So this isn't a bad target segment. It's a very manageable one. It's not too large. It's large enough where we can keep it on file in the spa for Janet for when she has availability. So the next step, if you're satisfied with that target segment, you're going to click Save. And then it's going to bring you right back to the home page. So now, like I said, it's going to get tough to find our target segments. So we want to search Marco. And you'll see a lot of variations of Marco. And of course, you'll find, or you should find, if you saved it, your target segment here. Since we've already counted the guests, it's all updated. So we're going to click Export. And then we're able to open our PDF file. And now we have all guests who have visited Janet and who haven't visited Janet in the last 12 months. So that's a quick tutorial on how to use these target segments. Again, any email that you create, you can drop these target segments in there. So if you want to just email Janet's clients using a facial email template, you can actually click the drop down and insert your target segment to just target those individuals.